Since moving into our first permanent location, River Rock Church has experienced tremendous growth. Not just numerical growth, but spiritual growth in the lives of the people who call River Rock their church. As an elder team, we've been praying and seeking God on how we can continue this momentum that we have and turn this momentum into a movement continuing what God's doing here beyond where we currently meet. We call that movement Ripple Movement, and here's a little bit about what that looks like.
God's vision for His people is timeless, and it begins with the Great Commission. Go and make disciples of all nations. Jesus' mission was to seek and to save the lost, and He has given us, His followers, that same mission, to go into the entire world. Well, how will each of us, how do we as a church answer that call? He also commanded us to stay small. For Jesus, everything begins with relationship. It's simple. Love God, love others. The great commandment. At River Rock, we have an unwavering commitment to an authentic relational environment as a way to love each other as God loves us. So how do we accomplish God's vision of reaching the world and yet stay small? Jesus said in Acts 1:8, "You will be my witnesses in Jerusalem, Judea, Samaria, to the outermost parts of the world." The idea of a ripple movement is it begins at a point and spreads outward like a drop of water on a lake. Our mission is to take the love of Christ into our immediate community and then to a neighboring community and another neighboring community and so on. Transforming community after community as a way to reach our Jerusalem, Judea, Samaria, and ultimately our world. What God has called us to do is clear, and He has given us our passion on how to do that at River Rock.
We believe that God has given us a passion to be a church that stays small, and we do this by being relationally authentic. And this means joining small groups and getting to know one another and doing life together. We also believe that we can serve the community both inside the walls of the church and outside by serving in a ministry or serving our community outside where we're needed. We also have a passion for discipling one another, about growing our relationship closer to God and teaching each other about God.
We consistently hold to these three: connect, serve, and grow, because we know that those are the means by which God has given us to fulfill our passion of reaching the unchurched and the de-churched. So everything we do here at River Rock is intentional with that focus in mind, down to our teaching style, our music, our worship, our kids, the way we take care of them intentionally and not warehouse them. Even the way our place looks, the look of it, it's all intentionally designed specifically so that we can connect better with the unchurched and de-churched. So knowing all that, River Rock is not about building bigger buildings, but creating more places, more locations for people to encounter God on an intimate level. A multi-site is not necessarily our passion. Our passion is reaching the unchurched and the de-churched with God's love in an intimate way through connect, serve, and grow. But multi-site is a means that we can use to accomplish that goal effectively.
So then the question becomes, how do we turn this momentum into a movement? Jesus said in Matthew 9 that the fields are ripe unto harvest. And while that was true in His day, it continues to be true in our day as well. Statistics tell us that in Clark County there is only one church for every 5,000 people. As you spread to the greater Portland metro area, that number increases even more. The potential to achieve what God has called us to do both on a local scale as well as a global scale present us with a great opportunity. Ripple Movement 2015 is about launching 10 locations here in Clark County and the Portland metro area by the year 2015, and on a global scale launching 10 locations in the Philippines. We believe that the potential for what God has called us to do is extremely great, and we can't afford to wait.
It's become clear to us that the time to act is now. We need to turn this momentum that God's built up through us into a movement that will reach future generations for years to come. We're asking each of you to consider how you can help us in these three areas. Number one, prayer. Pray that God would use us to accomplish His will and to make this movement really happen. Number 2, lead or serve. Consider joining one of our teams that will help us actually make this all happen. And number 3, financially. Consider what you and your family can do financially to help us make this a reality. Now we realize that not everybody can give the same amount of gift, but we can all share in the sacrifice equally. Regardless of your involvement, we look forward to seeing how God's going to use all of us together to make Ripple Movement 2015 a reality.